The ALU software is based on the IPCC 1996 and 2006 guidelines and the Good Practice Guidance 2000. Although it is restricted in agriculture and land use change in forestry sectors, it allows the user to move from Tier 1 to Tier 2 approach. One of its main features is the mitigation analysis component, which is a good basis for developing national appropriate mitigating actions for the sectors. The ALU software is a graphical interface that simply implements the IPCC guidelines in doing a GHG inventory for the agriculture, land use change, and forestry sectors. These sectors are especially important to non Annex 1 countries like the Philippines because these are where most of the GHG emissions come from. These sectors are also by far the most complicated sectors in terms of data needs and classification. The ALU software is a relational database. In most simple terms, it builds relationship between the land area in HA, for example, and the emission factor. It is divided into three modules. Module 1. This is where the user enters all its activity data. It is further divided into two sections, primary and secondary. The primary and secondary data are equally important. This classification relates more on the sequence of data encoding in the software, that is, input primary data before secondary data. Emission factors related to activity data are specified in Module 2. IPCC default factors are built in the software and may be utilized. Country-specific factors may also be added in this module. Actual calculations, equations, results derived from the activity data and factors from Modules 1 and 2 are shown in Module 3. Spatial data or GIS maps may also be exported to the software. The report generated through ALU may conveniently be exported to an Excel file or to a UNFCCC reporting template. ALU was developed to encourage good practice. Per the IPCC 2006 GL, inventories following good practice contain neither over nor underestimates so far as can be judged, and which uncertainties are reduced as far as is practicable. In observance of good practice, ALU has features to estimate uncertainties, facilitate Q&A or Q&C, and to move to Tier 2 methodologies for key source categories. ALU encourages the compilation of uncertainty data with the activity data collection. The most recent version of the ALU has uncertainty routines built in. Every time the user enters data, there is an option to input uncertainty data. This way, uncertainty is not just an afterthought. The software does simple error propagation during the uncertainty data entered. ALU is equipped with a utility to facilitate documentation. Users can add here the reasons for changing values and the data sources. In keeping with good practice guidance, documentation allows other parties to understand how estimates were derived, lending credibility and reliability to the inventory. It makes the estimates verifiable. ALU provides a utility that facilitates quality assurance QA and quality control QC. It allows input of third parties who may have knowledge of other data relevant for the inventory. This is part of the review process as a QA or QC measure to uncover errors by the compiler. The end goal of doing the inventory is mitigation. ALU has mitigation analysis feature using inventory developed with good practice guidance for the baseline. Evaluating mitigation potentials can involve a variety of drivers including technological change, population growth, and economic growth. The mitigation analysis may be approached two ways: whole session or practice based. Both may be facilitated in ALU. As an overview, this feature summarizes the baseline and allows users to estimate mitigation potential of a hypothetical situation, say change in fertilizer used or reduced deforestation.